Keeping dairy cows can be a challenge. Sadly, Elizabeth had to sell her dairy cows because she did not have enough feed for them. She has since planted bomber rods for her 2 bulls. But she's worried the fodder won't be enough for her to keep dairy cows again. We have invited Jessica Guy from the International Livestock Research Institute, ILRI, to come and teach Elizabeth how to make hay so she can have her dairy cows again.
So Elizabeth, now you are telling me before that you had many cows. What happened to them?
Because of the challenges of the rains, and I decided to sell them because I had no enough pasture for them. And I bought another 2 small ones so that I can manage them.
That's a very common challenge to many farmers, because you find that many farmers will have a lot of fodder when it is raining, and then we will have no fodder when it's dry. So what I can advise the farmers, they try to store as much fodder when there is plenty so that they can use it later.
How can the farmers do that?
You can either do silage or you can make hay. And what determines which method you're going to use is the type of fodder that you have.
So today we won't talk about hay.
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
have you ever made hay?
No.
First of all, why should farmers make hay?
We want to have enough fodder throughout the year, so that there is no time when you have a lot of fodder that some of it is even going to waste, and the other time again now you don't have any fodder, now you have to sell your cows, as you said. And 2, we also want to harvest that fodder at the right stage, because beyond a certain stage, that fodder will start losing its value, because as a plant grows older and older, it has a lot of fiber and therefore reducing digestibility. At the same time, the nutrients will go down. Again, when you harvest, when you cut that grass, you're also going to encourage it to sprout, so it will quickly come up again and you'll have a lot of fodder within a short time.
Can I use any grass to make the hay?
There are 2 things that you're supposed to consider. One is the quality of that grass, and 2, hay should be made by the thin-stemmed grass, because even napier is grass. But if you look at its stem, it's too thick for it to dry enough for hay making. So some of those grasses we recommend them for silage making. But also in this farm you have traditional grass. Most of these traditional grasses are not very good in quality.
Okay.
I would recommend that you use grass that is specifically improved for fodder, for example, bomber rods.
Elizabeth and other farmers who have never made hay, step by step on how to make a good bale of hay.
Hay making is simple, it's not complicated. So it involves 3 steps: harvesting, curing, and the baling itself, or making the bales.
Remember to harvest your grass when half of your grass in the field has flowered. This is how the flower looks like. At this stage, the grass has more nutrients that is useful to the cow. You can mix your grass and legumes to make better quality hay.
Hay should be made when the weather is sunny, when there are no rains. So you cut your hay or you harvest your hay. Please remember, do not heap it. You
spread it.
You spread it. And this is because the drying process is more helped by the air circulation. And also at the same time, you want to maximize the sun for it to dry, to lose enough moisture.
Okay.
So let your grass dry for 2 to 3 days, spread in the field. Then you get to the next stage, which is curing. Depending on the weather again, it will take 2 to 3 days.
The curing is what? Is it drying?
Curing is now drying. And we want this grass to dry well so that you don't lose a lot of
nutrients.
So that by the time we are making hay, it still has that bit of green color in it.
So in a normal hot day,
in a normal hot day, we recommend 2 days.
2 days?
Yes. So within now those 2 days, preferably after 3 hours, you can come and turn that grass again. And then now after that, you'll be able to see that your grass now, when you hold it like that, you can see it's not breaking apart, but again it's not too wet. So it's what we would call wilting. It has wilted.
Make a box Using materials available, measure 75 centimeters by 50 centimeters by 40 centimeters. Once ready, put 2 strings and then start by putting grass layer by layer as you compact until the box is filled up. Then tie the strings and your hay is ready.
I have never made a hay, but now I've known how it is meant. If you have the knowledge, farming is not difficult. So it has helped me so much.
Store your hay in a shed so it doesn't get wet or get too much sun. Please make sure it's off the ground, away from the rats and rodents.